All right, let's switch beers. Well, we're not going to switch beers, but we're going to switch gears. Sorry, didn't mean to tease you like that. But we're going to go in a totally different direction now. We're going to talk about some True Detective.
Yes.
Ready? Okay. We're going in a totally different direction here, okay? Now, a couple episodes back, probably more towards the genesis of this podcast.
Yeah.
We were really, really into True Detective.
Real big hard-ons.
Yep. So if you go back, I would say it's what, episode 4 or 5?
Around there.
It's basically all True Detective. It's a spoiler cast episode.
Yeah.
All about True Detective. They've been kind of the writers and the creators have been kind of quiet about the future plans about the show. There have been many rumors, maybe an all-female cast.
Right.
You know, people have been talking about potential detective partnerships or what have you. Blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. We have the facts now, and the casting is a little surprising.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
I'm down.
For those who are unaware, the True Detective Season 2 detectives are going to be... That's a drum roll. I don't know if they'll hear that.
It's so money, baby.
Vince Vaughn.
Yes, beautiful bunnies.
Yep.
Colin Farrell.
I really don't care about Colin Farrell, even a little bit. I just want to see how Vince Vaughn does.
You're just
That's my
really
boy,
interested
man.
in the Vince Vaughn casting.
Vince Vaughn is my boy.
I like
Special
Vince
place in
Vaughn.
my heart.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
Of Swingers fame.
Yep.
Forever. And
Yeah,
ever.
he could. Like, he's made so many bad movies, and I've
Oh, yeah.
watched them just because Vince Vaughn.
Just because it's Vince
Doesn't
Vaughn.
matter. Yeah.
Now, okay, just a tad bit of backstory. True Detective is an excellent show on HBO, created by Nick Pizzolatto. It was directed by Justin Lin, and it starred Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. It was an incredible show. It only lasted 8 episodes. It was
Something like that.
very short.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering...
It's more of a miniseries almost.
Yeah, it was. And I don't know. Maybe they stay in line with that same strategy, or maybe
That was
they
some
don't.
of the sweetest television I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was very, very good, and very. It is highly anticipated, the second season. So, if you take Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, and now season 2, you compare it to the casting of Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell, you can see why people are kind of like, what the fuck? But if you look deeper into it, you can see that this is not a bad choice.
I don't think it is. I really don't think it is.
If you take Vince Vaughn for the roles that he's had recently,
Yeah.
I can see you saying this is bad.
Yeah.
If you take Vince Vaughn as an actor in his entire career and what he's capable of, I'd say it's a good.
No,
it's a good, and it I don't know. I've never seen Vince Vaughn in a dark role,
He can do it.
or maybe he won't be a dark role.
Yeah, he could. He could be a more lighthearted character. We don't know
He
the
could be the Woody
storyline.
Harrelson character. I mean, it kind of makes sense because Colin Farrell has played basically the most serious person on the planet.
Unless he's a stupid
Except for,
Scottish man.
Bullseye.
I forgot about
Bullseye. Shit.
Rub your forehead now.
What, Miami Vice?
No, I can't. It's an actor. Sean Penn.
Oh.
There's 2 guys. It's a Colin Farrell and Sean Penn have to be the 2 most serious people on this fucking planet, man.
Yeah.
I've never seen any. I don't know. Anyway, it would make sense that Colin Farrell would be the
Wasn't
quote unquote
Colin Farrell
Matthew
in Seven
McConaughey character.
Psychopaths?
Yes, he was. Yes.
There. Not so serious.
He was pretty serious in that. I mean, he didn't. He played the straight man to every character. Sam Rockwell was the man in that movie. Colin Farrell didn't really do much except for just be in the movie, basically. He anchored it. He was the straight man.
All right.
Vince Vaughn, he was in the 1990 remake of Psycho.
Right. Completely unnecessary remake, mind you.
But still, he did it.
Yeah.
And he wasn't bad in it.
Yeah. He can do serious. He can do serious. He can do brooding.
I haven't seen that.
It's pretty...
Now I want to.
You don't. You don't need to.
Once
you
you've
may-
seen the first one, the original one, it's like, that's it.
But I mean, if you want to see him in a serious role, go ahead and pop that on.
I do.
Yeah. You can,
I
you
think
can
that's
see
why
that.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's... I don't know how many serious roles he's done, but if history tells us anything, most comedic actors do comedy really well. And I think it's because when you're trying to be funny, I think you tap into the most human thing about people. You know,
Right.
like you're trying to make people laugh, but if
There's
you're
an
good at
underlying
it, right?
thing.
If you're good at making people laugh, you know that it's not just about saying something funny; it's saying something that everyone can relate to.
Right.
Yeah.
It taps into something deeper. So, as a comedic actor, you know how to get to that place. I mean, if you watch like Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey deserves at least an Oscar nomination for his
Will
various
Ferrell ever
roles.
done anything serious?
Yeah, he's done a couple serious movies. He did
Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction's a really good movie.
Really?
If you want to watch that, it's pretty good. He's very, there's not a lot of charisma to him, but he does serious pretty well. There's that other movie, Everything Must Go. That one was pretty good too. He loses his job and he has to basically he sells everything inside of his house because his wife kicks him out, so all his stuff is on the lawn, and he befriends this black kid in the neighborhood who, trivia question, he's Biggie Smalls' son. Sorry, Biggie Smalls' son is an actor who played in that movie Everything Must Go with Will Ferrell. Bing bang boom.
Points.
Anyway, yeah, comedic actors those are two good examples, but there's plenty of them who they can tap into.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Oh, dude,
come on,
get out of here.
American legend.
Robin Williams.
Oscar winner.
Right.
So
for a serious role.
Rest in peace, yo.
Yeah.
So to anybody who thinks he's just a big dumb guy who can't, no,
He can do it.
and I don't think these guys who were writing this stuff. I mean, the writing of the show was smart. The directing of it was smart. Everything was done smart.
Right. And it was consistent too because it didn't have that need to have a different director every episode because it was so contained.
Right.
So it had one vision and they went with it.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. There's no confusion as to what they want out of the show.
Who's
So there's
directing?
no
Is the same guy
Same
directing?
guy.
Awesome.
Justin
Yep.
Lin. So why would they go out and get Vince Vaughn if they didn't think this is exactly what we want from this show?
Yeah.
They're not just gonna fuck with people season 2,
Right. Just
This-
kidding, it's a comedy now.
Right.
No.
Exactly. So people who think but this is what I was saying about fucking Ben Affleck, man. Everybody was so
Batman.
upset about him getting cast as Batman because they can't let go of Daredevil.
No, because he's Ben Affleck.
But that's what I'm saying. He's created this person, but people just, for some reason, they ignore the stuff that he's done since
Right.
then.
And they can't let go of Nolan, too.
Right,
Making
yeah,
the Batman.
Yeah, I'll give you that, yeah.
Because it was so good.
I was going to say, the stuff Ben Affleck has done greatly outweighs the potential of anything he could do so much that I don't even want to bother, trying to imagine things that he can do.
But I think he's already proven that he's more than capable. He's a smart filmmaker now.
What was the name of that movie? Something Town?
What?
Something
The
Town?
Town.
The
Just
Town.
The Town.
Yeah.
Oh, The Town?
And then Argo after that.
I didn't, I don't know, maybe those were over my head.
Argo, I think,
But
was great.
his role in that wasn't great, but he directed and wrote it. Same with Argo.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to make a good movie. I don't think he's going to come into this Batman thing thinking, this is my chance.
I'm just going to be Batman.
Right. He's going to do it smart,
All right.
Or at least try.
He's got a very
fucking hope,
valiant effort.
Yeah.
Very valiant effort.
He's at the mercy of Zack Snyder, so we'll see.
I'm going to take it as, the whole, if we're thinking comic book worlds, that it's a different Bruce Wayne, it's a different Batman. And it is.
You're going to have
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not Christian Bale.
Right.
Yeah. But anytime you see an iteration of Batman, you have to know that, okay, this is a different kind of
Right.
Batman. It's been hard for me to let go of Mark Hamill's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I see an animated Joker, I'm like, you're not Mark Hamill.
You
No,
can't-
I don't blame you for that because animated Jokers are shitty.
Yeah.
Right, they pick bad people to replace him.
Well, even the Batmans, too.
Yeah,
You can't have them voiced by
suck.
anybody else.
They really suck.
Yeah.
They just try
There's
too
got to
hard
be a
with
point
them,
by,
man.
if I were a studio, I'd be like, and I heard his voice, and I was like, this is perfect. We've got to have him. I would stop myself and be like, we can't have him because he's too good.
Right.
Yeah.
But it all falls down to the bottom line, man. People are still writing this stuff and they're still trying to make money off of it.
Animated series is on Amazon Prime now.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Can't stop watching
you
it.
kidding me? I'm about to just fuck it.
Jump
You
right
haven't
into
jumped
it.
in yet?
Yeah.
You haven't jumped in yet?
Not yet. I haven't.
Man,
so good.
So good.
So good.
That show was way over my head as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Oh
lots
no,
of
I
little
was
stuff.
able to watch a couple episodes when we talked about it a long time
Yeah.
ago, and then I looked some of the stuff up on. I just Googled it and just download it illegally.
It is.
Did I say that?
Some of the darkest. It was just a dark ass cartoon.
Yeah.
I got to the part
Seriously.
where they're leading into Harvey Dent turning into Two-Face.
Yeah.
They don't like sugarcoat it. He's a psychopath with an alternate personality that just overtakes him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great because they introduced him as Harvey Dent before
Yes, and he's a nice
He's a
guy.
good
and
guy,
He's
yeah.
actually Bruce Wayne's
He's
friend.
friends
and
with Bruce,
It
yeah.
follows the lore, and it's delicious.
that. Right. You know what else is delicious, though? True Detective, which is our main point in this entire conversation.
That's right.
Let's get back to it.
You're right.
So, obviously, everyone is okay with the casting of Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
but Colin Farrell it seems a little lukewarm on
He's
this
kind
side
of
of the table.
I think he's kind of the wild card there because he's in my mind he has to play the straight man. Because what else have we seen him do? Really,
Colin Farrell has never done anything extraordinary.
I don't think so.
He's always done stuff that's just like, that's passable.
But the thing is,
He's gotten by on the heartthrobs of little girls.
Yep, he's got by on his looks alone.
he's a cool guy.
Not to say that he's
looks-
not a great actor. Well, okay,
He may
I will
be.
say that he's not a great actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he has some chops. He's not bad.
I mean, I've
but
never seen him do anything where I'm just like, man, this is fucking enthralling.
The only
Believe me,
Enthralling.
I've said that before.
I don't know if I've
out
ever said
loud.
that about anything.
This is
before.
so enthralling.
This is
I mean,
enthralling.
okay. Heath Ledger is Joker. Is
Okay, I know. I
we
get
get
what
what
you're
you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
He's not.
But all right,
Well,
let's
Colin
hold on.
Farrell's
Hold on.
not.
Let's tone it down a bit.
Okay.
Heath Ledger's Joker is more than enthralling. Don't dare compare that to anybody else.
No, I'm not. Enthralling is a big word.
It
It's
is,
a big
but don't
word.
throw it around like like nothing.
No, I'm saying. How am I throwing? I'm saying like that's a good example.
Right.
Of
I know,
an
but I'm saying
enthralling-
like don't hold every actor up to Heath Ledger's standards.
Oh,
is what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay.
Right.
Like
I see
That's
what
hard to
you're
reach.
That's an amazing role,
Right.
but there are good actors, and
Okay.
then there's the perfect
Right.
role for that actor.
6 out of 6 bottle caps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a
Right.
6 out of 6 for each actor.
saying.
Right.
Heath Ledger just happened to get one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I don't know if Colin Farrell ever. I mean, I just maybe he doesn't get challenged enough with the roles that he picks.
Maybe. Have you guys seen the movie In Bruges?
Yes,
I think that was his best role, in my opinion.
I'm pretty sure
I was
watched
going to
that
bring
with
that
you.
up.
Probably. It's
on
a great
Netflix.
it's a great movie. I love it. It's one of I wouldn't say my favorite movies, but definitely an enjoyable flick.
Yeah, it's good.
I enjoyed it a lot, and that's the best I've seen him do, which is sort of dark comedy too. So maybe he shines
Yes.
a little bit of
Now I remember.
a little bit of a sinister side, but being able to bring some comedy to things too.
He was in Freak Show, that vampire movie from they remade a vampire movie from the 80s with Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Fright Night. Is what
Fright
we're
Night.
talking
I'm
about.
sorry. What did I call it?
Freak Show,
Fright
yeah.
Night. That movie.
It's American Horror Story, son. Freak
that-
Show.
is that why
it's
I
a new
call it that?
season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fright Night. Yeah, 80s vampire movie. My fucking mom, she loves it. She loves that shit. And so she made me watch the. She made
The
me watch-
original?
No. Well, no. She didn't make me watch the original. I wanted to watch
Okay.
the original, so I watched the original.
Much better.
And then she made me watch the update because she was so excited about it. 'Cause she's like, "Oh my god, they remade it. I'd like to see it." Not very good.
No.
No.
But I will say this: Colin Farrell's not bad in it. I
Yep.
mean, he plays the vampire pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though. Colin Farrell's always passable. He's never
Right.
like extraordinary, but
Exactly.
he does his job.
He's not exceptional, but
That's
he's
it, though.
passable.
He just does his job.
Right.
Right.
That's
but see,
it.
that's the problem with True Detective. You got Woody Harrelson, fucking the
Matt
man,
McConaughey.
and Matthew McConaughey.
And then you got Vince Vaughn carrying
Vince
that
Vaughn
torch.
is gonna fucking. He is gonna blow him out of the water if Colin Farrell doesn't step his shit up. Vince Vaughn is just gonna.
I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see that
I would
happen.
love to see that. Just like Vince Vaughn's like the seasoned vet,
Yeah.
and Colin Farrell's just this fuck up rookie, and he just like get the fuck out of my face.
Acting the
Yeah.
pants off him.
Yeah, he's gonna act circles around if he's not careful.
We'll
and see that is what was so good about the first season was, you had a guy, Matthew McConaughey. Obviously, he did the heavy lifting of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But Woody Harrelson, he did his job and he did it right.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was the
fucking-
anchor. He was
yeah.
the anchor of it.
I mean, because you couldn't watch a whole show of Matthew McConaughey.
No, it's too much.
You needed
And
Woody
that-
Harrelson
the
to
whole
come in and
series
be like, man,
was
that's
about
bullshit.
Matthew McConaughey's character,
Yeah.
but there needed to be something to relieve you from
Right.
that because it was It was
Right.
too intense. It was
Right.
you couldn't make a show off of just intensity
But,
itself.
Yeah.
but see, exactly, it was that intense, and then you had a guy who spoke for the people who were like,
For the
this
layman.
motherfucker's just
Right.
talking
For the
bullshit.
layman, yeah.
Harrelson was supposed to be us.
And it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see how they juxtapose Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell's characters.
Yeah. Well, I've read in reports that apparently it's not going to be as dark as the first season. So we're not going to be looking at this like super, gothic, neo-gothic noir type story. So they're going to switch up a little bit.
That's not a bad idea.
No, I mean
I just don't want it to get to a point where it becomes like not dark enough, and then it's
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
a cop show.
I want that same like I want it to pull me in.
Right.
Just like Rust's character pulled me into that
Yeah.
story more
Yeah.
than anything.
I mean, that's what was, because we talked about it before, and it was my initial gripe about the show that became something that I was able to see over the course of the show. Like, okay, this is why they're doing this. It was like, it's not wholly original, but what they do with those stories
Yeah.
and what they do with those characters is like, it's never been done before in this dark place. And like, at first I'm like, I kind of saw this coming, but it was like,
Right.
no, that's not the point. The point is how smartly this show is written and how
It's doing exactly what it wants to do.
right. And that's, as long as they hold on to that,
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about where they go with the characters and stuff like that. I trust these guys.
I think they've earned our collective trust
Yeah.
with what they've shown us so far. So,
Oh yeah.
we'll see how it goes, but
Plus it's HBO.
yeah, so there's going to be a level of quality. We know that for sure.
All right.
We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, we will see. We're going to keep everybody updated on that shit because, like I said before, we're fucking obsessed with True Detective.
I sense another spoiler cast in the future.
Yep.
Yeah.
You better believe it, so get ready for an hour and a half.
Do you want to do
of
like
True
a first
Detective.
step cast?
What?
Ooh. We can make that a series.
First
we can
episode cast?
We can do a review of every episode.
Oh man, we could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could. Yeah, we could. All right. Well, the show is probably a little ways off because they literally just cast the second season, so it's going to be a little while. But stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it for tonight. I think we've beat you over the head with enough, and
Awesomeness.
we're gonna give you a week to kind of mull this
You're
stuff over.
welcome.
Yeah.
So, my name is Mr. Dupa for Adam Obesis Rodriguez and
Yes.
Drunk Dave Romero.
Get out of my house.
This has been the One Beer In Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Have a beautiful evening.
Holla holla.